My name is Hayden Baker and welcome back to Hayden Cinema, and today we're going to be talking about the movie Predator. So the trailer of Predator Badlands dropped today actually, and I thought it was great. I thought it looked awesome, but I've never seen the Predator franchise, like any of them. I think I've seen Alien vs Predator Requiem or the first one. So I have the Predator 4 film collection, and I have both the Alien vs Predator movies, and I will soon be getting Prey. But with Badlands coming out pretty soon, and the fact that I've never seen them, that all of these will be first time watches for me, I wanted to do a new review series. So basically, the setup of the Predator is you have Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Dutch, who is a major, and him and his team are going to save this group of hostages when they soon come to find out that they're being hunted themselves. Before we get into the good, the great, and the one minor problem I have with the movie, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new here and click your notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all of my posts. And be sure to share the video also. It really helps me out. So right off the bat with the Predator, again, this was my first time watch for me, so I really wasn't sure what to expect. I know it's really high praised and it's a classic Arnold movie, but that is one thing that when I watched this movie, I didn't really see Arnold. I actually think that this might be one of his best performances. That whenever I think about this movie, I'm not thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I'm thinking of a Predator movie that just so happens to have Arnold, who plays a really good lead in this, and his character is really awesome. That he plays Dutch, and Dutch is this major, and in the movie it opens up and he's smoking this big old cigar, and then you have the classic meme. He meets Carl Weathers' character Dylan, and they dap up, and then all the muscles and everything. I didn't know that came from this movie, but that was really cool to see. Speaking of Carl Weathers, he plays a really good character, Dylan, and I got really invested in a Dylan, and more so than Arnold for the most part, up until the third act kicked off. But yeah, I was really invested in Dylan and what he wanted to complete with his mission. And him and Arnold's chemistry, actually this whole group, like the whole entire group's camaraderie is really well lit. It seems like these guys would really be friends. They don't feel forced in any way, but they seem like a really good group of friends. This movie does a really good job at developing Dutch, and that like it starts off with him meeting up with Dylan, and them going out, and they're like, well, they chose you because you're the best. But not only is he the best, he has this way of adapting into the habitat of whatever situation he's in, and he's able to take full control over anybody. And but he's also only human. He can only do so much. But he's really smart. He's not this big muscle head, just dull headed. He's really smart. Like whenever they're on the hostages, and they're getting ready to take out like this Latin gang or cartel or whatever it is. He kind of like uses this truck as a decoy, puts a bomb in this truck, and he sees this truck's being held by this belt, so he cuts the belt, puts the bomb in, and the truck rolls in right into this hive and blows up. And they have just end up having a really good high ground and really good advantage point. But that plays out very well at the end of the movie, and I was really appreciative of that and how, again, well developed his character was. But then you also have like really other great characters that aren't annoying in any way, shape, or form. They're characters, and they do help push the plot, and they're really entertaining. And then you even have like Shane Black is there for a minute, and he's just throwing off jokes, and the jokes are pretty funny. And how full circle that comes with him making a Predator movie. I haven't heard great things about it, but anyway. But yeah, the camaraderie even between the other group of characters, like you have Billy and you have Mac and you have I'm forgetting the other guy's name, Blaine, who's like the basic cowboy. I think that's what his name was. A bunch of entertainment value coming from that little group themselves. This little group, like I think the most standout is Mac, and I really enjoyed what that character was. And there's some really great action here along with the story, and that is what I was expecting. I was expecting great action, not so much a story, honestly. I wasn't really expecting that at all. I kind of went in as like a shut your brain off, and it's a pretty short movie, so I was like, cool throwback action flick that I can watch and review and just prep myself for these upcoming things coming out later. And I was just really surprised that not only does it have a really good story, but the action even topped my expectations somehow. But that credit might as well go to John McTiernan. He is the director of the film, and the way that he sets up his camera and these action set pieces, and I think all of it, if not most of it, was shot on location in this jungle. And yeah, I thought that was really, really cool. And there's some really good effects here. The Predator looks freaking amazing. As far as like all creature designs, the Predator might be my favorite. It's definitely between him and the Xenomorph, but I think the Predator takes that. So yeah, really good production value, just off the chain, especially for the 80s. I was not expecting that. Also, the Predator himself was phenomenal, and the performance was amazing. The performance from everybody in this entire cast was just outstanding. But the Predator alone didn't feel like necessarily a creature to me. Felt like a legit antagonist, which he is, but it felt like a character antagonist, and it felt like he had motives into what he was doing, not he was just hunting to hunt. It felt like he almost felt like he had something to prove. But also, it is very well shown that he is almost a undefeated creature, that he is almost impossible to beat. But he bleeds too, and I think there's even a line that Mac throws in there. He's like, if he can bleed, he can die. Then you get this like really crazy third act after him just slaughtering people. By the way, like it is some of the most gruesome stuff I've ever seen, and the way he just disposes of bodies, like he goes through some of these guys like they're just a stick of butter and he's a hot knife. Like, it is insane. I had so much fun watching that. But what I really enjoyed about this movie, and what really is like the icing and the cherry on top, is that the third act, you just it's just a Arnold and Predator head to head smash. And like I said in the beginning, and the film sets this up, he is so smart, and he's not just a musclehead, he's not just a bloated head, that he actually uses his brain. He is a major for a reason. Dutch is like a leader on purpose because of how smart he is. His war strategies is amazing. And he uses every bit of that to his advantage to go against this Predator, to when it's no longer guns. He becomes like almost a warrior, like way back when, and it's just very primal. That's the word I was looking for. Very primal. It becomes a very primal fight between him and the Predator, and where he actually kind of figures out that not only is this invisible and not invisible creature, and that it has X-ray vision, he kind of uses that to his advantage, and he camos himself. And maybe it cooled his body temp down or something, because thermal vision is just not X-ray. I'm sorry, thermal. Thermal vision is based off of body temperatures. But when he's covered in this mud and blood and everything else, and then you get the Predator's point of view, and he's looking for Dutch, and Dutch is in the street, you can see Dutch's shape, but the Predator doesn't know that. He doesn't know shapes. He knows thermal. He knows heat. He knows that's what I hunt. And so him using that to his advantage and cooling his temperature down, and the mud being colder, I thought that was really smart and really well done. The Predator reveals his face. Arnold says,
"You one ugly motherfucker."
yeah, you get this wonderful fight where he's using this bow, and then the awesome one-liners, even from Shane Black and other characters. There's just amazing things about this movie, especially with the dialogue. But yeah, then you get that one-liner from Arnold. You get this huge fight that I just absolutely adore, and just I ate every bit of it up. It's cheesy. It's not to be taken seriously, but it actually does work very seriously. And I loved it, and there's not much about this film I don't like. The only mixed thing that I have, that I feel about this movie, is the CGI, and that's not even really enough to hold it down a point or half a point or even a decimal. It's just something that I noticed, and again, I don't like CGI. It's used correctly sometimes, and I enjoy it sometimes. I can have dumb fun, especially with this movie and with everything else great that this movie does. Had the dialogue and the story been held back a lot, like I thought it was going to be, probably would have affected it more because there's not so much greatness behind it. The creature design being practical was great, and the fact that he turned invisible and it actually works. The CGI just doesn't even really bother me bad. I just had to throw it out there. Also, not to mention it was made in the 80s, so I mean, I think it's pretty great for what they had to work with. Now the downside, and the only thing that I can pick about this film that I really didn't care for is the pacing. Now this movie is like an hour 40, hour 50. It's not very long at all. And I got invested pretty quickly. And the setup's really nice. There's a little bit of exposition there. And then there's like this almost a whodunit and like murder mystery in the middle of it. But that for me does get a little slow. The little quiet chase. I'm a fan of it. The only reason I'm still watching is because I'm already invested. Honestly, it didn't even bother me that bad in this. It felt like maybe it was a couple minutes longer than it should have been. But what do I know? My taste in movies isn't the sharpest yet. I know what I like though, and I felt that the movie had some really slow beats in the middle of the movie, especially like towards the end of the second act, or like right before the end of the second act, it slowed down a good bit. But overall, the performances were fantastic. The story was surprisingly great. The set designs and the production value was off the chain. The direction by John was fantastic. All the performances. Arnold was awesome. Like I said, I don't even think of Arnold or see Arnold when I think of this movie. I see Dutch. So I thought that transformation for him was really great. And yeah, there's again nothing but the pacing of towards the end of the second act is the only problem I have. So overall, I'm going to give this a 4.75 out of 5. The Predator is fantastic, and I've heard some iffy things on the whole franchise, but I'm really excited to watch them all, including Prey and the Alien vs. Predator movies. I will be reviewing all of them first time watches, and I will be ranking them towards the end, including Badlands. If you're new here and you like this review, please hit that subscribe button and click your notification bell. Stay up to date with all of my posts, and you can follow me on all of my social medias down in the description. Now, what is your favorite Predator movie, or have you even seen them? What did you think about the Badlands trailer that came out today? I'm really curious about what people think of that. I think it's pretty awesome. I hope you enjoyed watching this just as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I'll see y'all next time.